unfortunately, you know, the rules are changing, the laws are being adjusted. It's not going to be what Abraham Lincoln said anymore. We must protect our veterans' rights. The budget cuts, the economic woes that we've had in the last 3 years, they're trying to budget cut everywhere they can. And our aging veterans, we have very few World War I veterans left. 5 years ago, that we were losing 800 World War II vets a day. Now that's up to about 1,000. You know, and our Vietnam vets are now 55 and older. We've now lost more veterans since Vietnam than we did in the Vietnam War. Then the most saddening statistic is that the fact that there's 18 suicides a day now, and they're 20 to 38 years old. That's a life wasted that we could have helped if somebody had been paying attention. And the auxiliary can help with that. Just by being there, just by listening, making a phone call, sending a note. We see you, we hear you. That's all you have to do sometimes. Just lend a shoulder. So important right now because we have 3 generations of veterans going on, and we're building our 4th. Not as well known as American Legion or VFW, either one. I think part of that is because we've just recently opened our membership to the male species, which I think should increase, you know, our membership. But for a long, long time, 80-some years, it was only open to women. The auxiliary has always done great work, along with the chapter members and the department members. And, you know, the old saying, behind every good man, there's a good woman. Well, now that's behind every service member, there's a good person. Every auxiliary unit must have a sponsoring home chapter. When I first became involved heavily, we had 8 units in Kansas, and now we are currently down to 4. So our membership is aging, and I think that probably with the new initiatives that we have launched in the last couple of years, we're hoping to increase our membership. Well, we don't want to just increase numbers. We need to increase the activity and the participation also. It's okay for somebody to sign their name and, you know, give their $20 a year, but what we need are people that actually will show up to help do the work. And I use the word work, you know, it's a service, something that you shouldn't feel obligated to do, you should want to do it. So, you know, we have to make changes, just like any other organization does, to keep up with the times. We need to be able to include the younger members, the children of our members. We don't want to forget about our seniors because that's where our knowledge base is. But we also need to advance our way of thinking. It's created a void, especially in eastern and western Kansas, because the units that we have left are through the center of the state. And as I said, you know, a lot of our members are elderly and they're not going to drive to go to those meetings. So, you know, you're going to have lag time. The word's not going to get out as much because those units that have been disbanded, the information will go now to the State Department instead of going directly to that little hub of people. So that's another factor that we have to work on. Not everybody has the internet, so, you know, you still have to use snail mail and telephoning. And I hope that we can recoup and get some fresh, interested members. You know, we need the fresh perspective. And with the guidelines for membership opening up that far, you know, we're hoping to reach out to more people. I have gone to 2 different places trying to get units started. The problem is you have to have 10 willing bodies and 10 people that are going to get out there and invite at least one other person, you know, so then you have 20. I think that if it can start a government revolution, you know, why can't it start something equally as good here in the United States? I put on a positive spin, you know, just every day if you just make one statement, You could get 6 responses, and then maybe one of those people will forward it to their group of friends or the people that they are bonded with on their social media, and then it gets out and it gets out. It's really, that's a difficult thing because we're not as well known as the